The first thing a visitor to this small home office will likely notice is that Dr. Donald Hopkins has a thing for woodpeckers.
There are woodpeckers all over here.
Images of the birds cover the walls and shelves of his home in Chicago.
I don't know exactly where that came from, except that when I was very young, once across the street from my grandmother's house, there were a pair of these huge pileated woodpeckers on old oak trees that I just remember being so remarkable. We have here...
But other items here are more specific to his work.
Smallpox, Shitlamata.
Totems of a long and successful career in global health.
There is the Yoruba god of smallpox, Owoluaye.
In his younger days, Hopkins played an important role in the eradication of smallpox, developing unique ways to target and vaccinate populations.
This is my dead pet guinea worm.
On a side table in his office, a simple jar holds another milestone in his medical life. Inside is a long white worm, curled like a string of vermicelli.
Affectionately called Henrietta.
Dr. Hopkins has been working a long time to rid the world of Henrietta and her kin.
All of the worms that live to come out of human bodies are female. So it had to be a female name, but God only knows where Henrietta came from in my brain.
Guinea worm is a parasitic disease that begins in pools of dirty water contaminated with larvae. When a person drinks from the pond, microscopic immature worms enter the body.
After a year, the worms mature, they're 2 to 3 feet long, and then the worms emerge directly through the skin on any part of the body.
It's extremely painful and disruptive to the lives of infected people. Farmers can't farm. Kids can't go to school. Productivity is lost.
It is heartbreaking to see particularly young children experiencing this painful worm coming out. I don't know psychologically what I marvel that people stay sane. I've been fascinated by this infection since I was an undergraduate in college and first saw one of these worms coming out of a person's body.
Dr. Hopkins began his work to end guinea worm disease a few decades ago. When he teamed up with former President Jimmy Carter in 1986, there were 3.5 million cases of guinea worm around the world. Last year, there were fewer than 600, and those were mostly confined to South Sudan.
In South Sudan, 80% plus of all of their cases are in only one county, 1 out of 80 counties. And so the geographic area that is still at risk of this disease is very small. Is this the first time he's had guinea worm?
Unlike smallpox, there's no vaccine to prevent infection and no treatment for the disease.
Hope his worm comes out very soon.
The only way to stop it is to keep people from drinking the immature worms. A simple cloth filter will do the trick. To convince villagers to filter or treat their water, Hopkins applied some of what he had learned from eradicating smallpox and a lot of what he had learned in life.
I grew up in Miami, Florida, and I have said before that I think I benefited from being born black in the southern United States in the 1940s because of the experience of discrimination and condescension to which I'm just acutely sensitive. And I think that helps inform my approach to villages, because I've seen many people from the developed world go into villages and with the kind of attitude that I'm the expert and I've come here to tell you what to do. And that is just a very wrong way to approach villages, because whatever else they may or may not know, they're human beings.
Getting those human beings to change their behavior has proved successful.
Guinea worm disease will be the second disease, it appears, of humans to be eradicated after smallpox. It looks as though we're going to cross the finish line even before polio is eradicated. And it will be the first parasitic disease to be eradicated.
The Latin name for guinea worm disease is draconcholiasis, which means affliction with little dragons.
I suppose that's because of the burning sensation when the parasite is about to come out and the way it terrifies people.
What terrifies Dr. Hopkins is snakes, but he says he overcomes those fears to travel to the areas where these dragons live. Along with the former president and a team of health workers he's worked with over the years, Hopkins may prove to be a modern-day St. George, slaying these little dragons for good.
The chances that President Carter and I will outlive the Guinea worm are looking better and better. We're very close now, and you don't know until it's done.